Trump administration has tightened rules on tech sales to Huawei, the Chinese telecom giant. Today, we look at how that's going to impact Huawei's all-important supply of microchips.
The U.S.'s latest move to cut off Huawei from global microchip supplies could threaten the company's very existence. At an annual meeting on Monday, Huawei's rotating chairman, Guo Ping, said survival is the key word for us now.
The new rule will impact the expansion, maintenance, and continuous operations of networks worth hundreds of billions of dollars that we have rolled out across more than 170 countries.
The Trump administration announced its new rule last week. Any chip maker in the world who uses American equipment or software in their chips will need to get a license before selling those chips to Huawei. Chips are critical components of Huawei smartphones and telecom networks, and the companies rely on contractors to make them. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo drove home the reason behind the new rule that has put the Chinese telecom company in a fight for its life. In a tweet on May 15th, Pompeo said, "We are making it harder for the Chinese Communist Party to use our sensitive technology against us, our allies, and our partners." Huawei is suspected to be intertwined with the anti-American Chinese Communist Party itself. Huawei missed its revenue target last year. Its smartphone sales slid 17% for the first quarter, and its Australian carrier business dropped 21% for 2019. And the latest restriction would strike a heavy blow to Huawei's global chip supply. The Financial Times reports, according to Credit Suisse, about 40% of global chip makers use U.S. machines, and over 85% use American software. The investment bank says it would be nearly impossible for Huawei to find a fabrication plant to work with them under the new rule. Huawei's chip unit HiSilicon relies heavily on chips from Taiwan-based TSMC, the world's biggest contract chip maker. But TSMC has halted new orders from Huawei in response to the new U.S. rule. It's also opening a $12 billion advanced facility in Arizona. Without TSMC, Huawei would have to resort to using Chinese domestic suppliers more often. Topping the list is SMIC, which is currently making chips for HiSilicon. The Chinese government just announced a $2 billion investment into SMIC, but its technology is far behind TSMC. For example, it doesn't have the 7nm production capability which Huawei's high-end chips rely on. A Japanese media reported planned a one-year supply of critical components for backup during uncertain times. Another China analyst says one Huawei insider told him the company has only 3 months worth of chip supplies. Once the stock is depleted, the company could face serious difficulties. The Commerce Department gave a 120-day grace period for foreign companies before the rule takes effect.